All right. So we've already completed the chapter, explanation of the chapter. Now we'll just do the discussion of question answers of the chapter Directive Principles of State Policy. For session 1 is contains question, that is, what do you think makes a welfare state? List out various aspects, conditions, etc. required for a state to look after the welfare of its people. All right, scroll down. So the first thing is, what do you think? So how are you going to start your answers, children, for this particular question?
First we are going to write what we think.
Hmm. Makes the welfare of the state. Okay, so how are you going to start your answer? Although it is not mentioned over here, but
Ma'am, we
I
will
have
start that. Ma'am, according to me,
huh?
the answer.
Yes, you can write according to me, or you can also write down I think the welfare of the state, and then you can continue with your own answer. Okay, your opinions. Now after that, whatever is your opinion, it has to be related to the content. Okay, welfare, for the welfare of the state. See the answer. The welfare state means a state which is responsible for the well-being of its people. Okay, welfare of the state means the state which is responsible for the well-being of its people. It must look after the social, economic, political development of the people, including the weaker sections of the society. Okay, welfare state means where the state should ensure that they are taking care, or they are looking after all the aspects, whether social, economic, or political development of people, and they should not ignore the weaker sections also. All right, this exactly is the meaning of welfare state. Now they have asked you, list out various aspects, conditions which is required for the state to look after the welfare of its people. So number 1 is an instrument of justice, establishment of democracy, equal rights to all, development through planning, moral development of individual, and a positive state. So these are all the aspects where, for example, making sure that there's democracy in that particular state, making sure that each and every person living in that state gets equal right, there's no discrimination. So these are all the aspects through which you can make sure that you are not discriminating among any people, and you are looking for the welfare of the people. I hope everybody got the question answer.
Yes.
Children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Sujal, for responding. Who else responded?
Ma'am,
Asta. Okay. Next question. Let's go on to the next question. Which rulers in history believed in and created a welfare state? You'll have to give the names of the rulers who believed in having a welfare state. So it was Emperor Ashoka of India who had put forward this idea of welfare state. When did he put forward this idea, children?
In the 3rd century
third
BCE.
century.
Very good. In the 3rd century BCE. Got the answer and the question? Have you all understood,
Yes,
children?
ma'am.
All right,
Yes.
let's go on to the next question. What are directive principles of state policy? And you have to explain. We have done a whole big chapter based upon this particular directive principles. Now you have to explain what exactly is this policy. So please pay attention. The directive principles of state policy are the guidelines and instructions to the state to help in framing and making policies. Please, if you can highlight, you can please highlight. It is why do we require directive principles? To help the state for what? For framing and making the policies. They are non-justiciable. What does non-justiciable mean? Who will tell me?
They aren't enforced.
They cannot be
Ma'am,
enforced
they
by
cannot
law.
Cannot
be
be
enforced
enforced
by
by
law.
law. Very good. They cannot be enforced by law. And they inform the citizen about the state's economic and social objectives. All right. So this is how you are going to explain the whole answer.
Ma'am,
Have you
can
all
we
understood?
underline also the
No,
keywords and the key phrases?
yes, you have to underline the keywords and key phrases when you're writing, even in your notebook. So that will become easier when you are learning. or preparing for the exams. Okay, so, and you will get habitual also. Next is, shall I go on to the next question?
Yes,
Everybody
ma'am.
understood
Yes,
till
ma'am.
here? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
State the three types or categories of principles. We have learned these three categories of principles, and I remember I had asked you all to make slide for each category so that you do not get confused with the principles. So the first category was principles which promote economic equality. Second category, Gandhian principles, and third category of general principles. Please be ready with the slide, all the students whom I had given the task, so that it becomes easier for you all to understand that which principle comes under which particular category. All right. Next question. This is very easy. Where would you find the directive principle of state policy, children?
Ma'am, in the part
Part
4 of
four
the Indian
of the
Constitution.
Constitution of India.
Ma'am, we can also write
Yes.
from Article 36 to 51.
Yes, if you write that, it's well and good. Okay, very good. Next is, how are these different from the fundamental rights of an individual? You remember we did differentiation between fundamental rights
Yes,
and
ma'am.
directive principles?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So who will tell me the differentiation, how they are different? Yes, Sujal?
Ma'am, the directive principles cannot be enforced by law, while complaining about the fundamental rights, we can go to the court.
Okay. What about the next? What is the word used for that purpose, Sujal?
Unlike the fundamental rights.
Non-justiciable.
Yes. So you
Directive
have to mention this
principles are
word also. Okay. If you
non-justiciable.
not just give the explanation, mention the word also. Okay. What is the next differentiation? Second differentiation?
Ma'am, directive principles are guidelines and instructions to the state to help in framing and making of policies.
Very good.
Fundamental rights are
Hmm.
the rights and privileges that every citizen enjoys and is entitled to.
Right, right. Very good, very good. So this was the second differentiation. Very good, Atharva. Keep it up, keep it up. Who will tell me the third differentiation? Sujal, you just got the chance. Anybody else apart from Sujal? Okay, go ahead, Sujal.
Directive principles. These inform the citizens about the state's economic and social objectives or goals.
Yes.
Fundamental rights. These inform the citizens that the state is accountable in protecting the civil liberties of every citizen.
Yes, right. So this is the third point. So I believe that when you all are writing it in your notebooks, you all write in the format of differentiation, because it will become easier for you all to
Like this.
learn also. Yes, as it is given in the text. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody understood till here?
Yes,
Hmm.
Okay, okay, good. Shall I proceed further?
yes, ma'am.
All right, all right. Now the next question. Solve these problems at the level of state government. State the directive principle it refers to and the category it falls under. Finally, provide your solution. Okay, here the answers may vary. So now, as I told you, you'll have to learn which principle is comes under which category. So now they have given you the problem. First, you'll have to tell us that, okay, this particular problem comes under which category of principles. Okay, and then you have to give your solution also. Have you understood the question?
Yes,
Solution
ma'am.
means the remedy to that particular problem. All right, let's begin. Number A, there are not enough free medical centers in your vicinity. That means the place where you all are living, where you all are staying over there, you do not have enough free medical centers. So first of all, tell me what are you going to do and which principle it will come in? Yes,
Ma'am,
Samriddhi?
Ma'am, it will come in the Gandhian principles. As ma'am,
Okay.
the Gandhian principles have also mentioned that we have to help, that the government has to help in maintaining the health and nutrition of the people.
Very good, very good, very good. So because it comes under Gandhian principle, where the principle mentioned is that we have to make sure that we maintain the health and nutrition of the people, and therefore it is coming under Gandhian principle. So now we got the answer that this particular problem comes under Gandhian principle. But what is the solution? What do you think the solution? What solution will you find for this particular problem? What will be your plan? What are you going to do for this?
Ma'am, we can ask the government or the near municipal corporation to make more free medical centers in our
Ma'am, we have to
locality.
discuss it and bring it up, ma'am, as that is a necessity and it falls under Gandhian principles.
Right, right. So you will make sure that you discuss and you bring this problem forward in the eyes of the authorities who are responsible for that particular area, and you will make sure that they set up or they plan to have more free medical centers in your vicinity. Got it? Both of you, very good, Samriddhi and Joshua. Keep it up. Very nice. All right. Now let's see who will give me the answer for the next particular problem. Can you scroll down? All right. Let's see the next problem. Recently, Indian tourists visiting Pakistan were escorted by police and were missing for 3 days.
Ma'am, this refers to international peace, ma'am, as Pakistan is not based in India, ma'am.
Ma'am, this is
Shlok.
Ma'am, this falls under ma'am general principles, ma'am. As under general principles says, ma'am, that maintain diplomatic and respectable relations with other countries. And
See, very good. First of all, as Shlok gave the answer, this particular problem will come under general principle. Why? Because in general principle, we have a point which says that we have to promote international peace and security. Okay, and therefore it is falling under general principle category. But what will be the solution? You would like to give the answer, Josh, Shlok?
Now, may I?
Yes.
Ma'am, we will have to inform someone like the central government or the state government, and also involve other transactions across the border. For example, we can send people in Pakistan to help locating the Indian tourists.
Okay, okay, very good. Yes, Atharva, do you want to add something?
Ma'am, we inform the Minister of International Affairs.
Okay, we will inform the foreign minister. Okay, you will inform the central government or the state government, and you will also make sure that you contact the Pakistan embassy and try helping to locate these 3 tourists. Okay, Indian tourists. Got it? Have you all got it? All right. Next, let's see who will give the answer. Your uncle works in a factory and feels that representation in the management is skewed in favor of higher authorities.
What does skewed mean?
Can anybody tell me what would be the meaning based upon the context in which it is used? Can you all guess the meaning? Because this will help you all even in your exams.
Ma'am, bias?
Ma'am,
Yes,
it's not good.
yes, very good, Joshua. They are in favor of the higher authorities. Okay, the person, your uncle is working and he feels that whoever is representing the management, he is in favor of the higher authorities only. So you will have to tell me which category this particular problem comes under. Can you scroll down? Yes, Siddhi.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this problem refers to to the workers participating and representing themselves in the management of factories through workers' unions. And this comes under principles promoting economic equality.
Correct. So this particular problem comes under principle promoting economic equality. Why it comes under principle promoting economic activity? Because here we have the workers and we also have the representatives who are working in the management and in the factories, the worker unions. Now, what would be the solution? Yes, anybody else? What would be the solution for this problem?
Ma'am.
Yes, Joshua.
Ma'am, you can complain to more higher authorities that have power, like near ma'am your area's head, so then they can come and see into the problem.
Okay, okay, very good. Anybody else who would like to add anything? Yes, Samriddhi.
Ma'am, after informing the higher authorities, we will have to again elect a representative who does not only think about the higher
Who's not
authorities.
biased, in short.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Who's not biased, in short, for the favor of higher authorities, but also thinks about other criteria.
Other people and their problems. Okay, very good, very good. So I hope you all got the answer. Everyone.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
That you can, support these people by informing the higher authority or a higher authority who's from a different position, or you can make sure if nothing is working, you can at least help your uncle by finding a place where he can work safely, right? Giving him another job. Is Shlok there in the class? He was raising his hand.
No, ma'am, by mistakenly, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. Let's go on to the next question. Have you all understood till here, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's go on to the next question. The nearby tea stall employs young boys who are merely 10 years old. So where this, yes, look.
Ma'am, this falls under the promoting economic equality, ma'am. Ma'am, as it is mentioned there, ma'am, that protect children and youth from exploitation.
Yes, 1 minute, 1 minute. So this particular problem comes under principles promoting economic equality. Why? Because in that particular category, we have a point, we have a principle which says that protecting children and youth from exploitation. All right. So that's the reason this particular problem will be included and under that particular category. Now, what's the solution? Yes,
ma'am, we may help him, ma'am. Like we could tell the owner of the shop, ma'am, that he should not do like this, and ma'am, we could help him, ma'am, by helping him in studies, ma'am, and in education.
Okay, somebody's mic has been unmuted. Please mute yourself. Cross check your mic. Okay, Atharva, would you like anybody else who would like to add anything to it? Yes. Yes, Samriddhi and then Joshua.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to add by, for example, if the tea stall's owner does not listen to me, then I will have to inform the state government.
Okay. Okay. And what you're going to do?
And ma'am, then we will have to shift the boy to an orphanage or a shelter home till the arrangements are made to send him to his home.
Very good, very good. What about Joshua? Do you want to say something else?
Ma'am, we can file an FRI against a person who is employing young boys.
Right, right. Very good. And you can also make sure that you revoke the license, right, which he has, the tea shop license, so that he never repeats the same mistake again. Very good. We all can inform the state government and make sure that he shuts down his tea stall and his license is cancelled. And for the child, you can make sure that you provide him with a rehabilitation center or any shelter home. All right, so that he is not forced to work for his living. All right, let's go on to the next question.
Yes.
Ready, everyone? Okay. Before I read the question, I can see people raising hands. All right. Cattle, especially calves, are slaughtered in open markets in center states. Let me give chance to Atharva. Yes, Atharva.
Ma'am, this comes under the Gandhian principles as it is prohibited to slaughter cows and other cattle.
Other cattle. Very good. Okay, so this particular problem will be included under Gandhian principle, because over there you have one principle which states that prohibition of cow slaughtering and slaughtering of any other cattle. All right, what would be the solution? Would you like to give me, Atharva, the solution? All right, I think he's got connectivity issue. Yes, Joshua.
I'm making complaint to higher authorities, as even our prime minister said that it is not allowed to cut cows and cattle. So we can complain to higher authorities and make sure that action is taken place. And
okay, Samriddhi, what about you?
Ma'am, this cannot be enforced by the laws, we know that, but ma'am, we can just inform them that this is a Gandhian principle, keeping in mind the diverse population.
Right. So you can make sure that you at least inform the higher authorities that in so and so place, so and so person is doing so this particular activity, so that any higher authority can interfere and stop that particular activity of slaughtering animals. Right? Got it? Last question. Let me see who answers. Okay. The village of Gaunpur does not have a village panchayat. What are you going to do? All right, only 2 students are replying. What about the rest? Yes, Shlok.
Yes, ma'am. This falls under the Gandhian principle, ma'am. And ma'am, as it is
why this particular problem will be included in Gandhian principle?
As it is mentioned there, ma'am, that established village panchayats, ma'am.
Establishing village panchayats is the point which is mentioned in Gandhian principle. Okay, what would be the solution?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we could
Solution would be very easy. It does not have the village panchayat. So what would be the solution? You will first make sure that you form a village panchayat. Okay, before I give the answer, anybody else who would like to give the answer? There are 2 students raising. Is it for
can
I? Okay, go ahead.
Ma'am, we could inform the Zilla Parishad or the that forgot the name.
Man, we can help
Block
them.
panchayat something. And
wait, Joshua, wait, let her finish. Yes.
Ma'am, we could inform the Zilla Parishad or the state government about this and make a village panchayat which would be elected by the villagers themselves from the villagers.
Yes. Yes. Joshua, what were you saying?
And we can help them elect a village panchayat.
Okay. Forming a village panchayat.
And support them.
Right. You can help them in electing people for the responsible for this particular panchayat, and you can form a panchayat for that particular village which does not have a village panchayat. All right. So that at least whatever things are going on in the villages, they will be responsible for it. Okay. Have you all understood till here? Any question which you have not understood?
No,
have you all understood?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go on to the next question. Can the directive principles of state policy be implemented? Is it feasible and practical? What do you think? Can we implement? Is it feasible? Is it practical?